So let's get into this first post here. This comes to us from Wizarding World Direct. First look at Vernon Dursley meeting the tiny man in the violet cloak in the Harry Potter TV series. And we have some fantastic images for us to dive into here. So before we jump into those images, I just want to give you guys a bit of a reminder, or for those of you who may not know this story whatsoever, a bit of a backstory as to what's going on in this scene. So the Violet Cloak Wizard was an old wizard from whom Vernon Dursley ran into on the 1st of November 1981. Upon being knocked over by the latter, the wizard stood back up and told Vernon that no apology was necessary as nothing could upset him that day and walked off, but not before giving Dursley a hug around the middle. He, among many other wizards, was in gleeful spirits that day as Lord Voldemort had been nearly vanquished, although everyone believed he was completely gone thanks to the infant Harry Potter. And in the scene, the following dialogue: "Don't be sorry, my dear sir, for nothing could upset me today. Rejoice, for you know who has gone at last. Even muggles like yourself should be celebrating this day. Happy day." And the Violet Cloak Wizard said that to Vernon Dursley. So with that kind of context, let's go back over and start checking out these images. So we can see Vernon Dursley here. He's just been into the bakery, and then we have the Violet Cloaked Wizard here on the right, which he's going to run into and accidentally bump to the ground. We do have a video in a second, so we'll check out the video in a minute. But yeah, it looks like there's a coordinator, one of the crew members, kind of teaching this guy how to fall over or how to land properly, so he doesn't hurt himself. But man, I love the clothing. Look at these baggy trousers, man. They look so comfortable. I would love to own a pair of these myself. They look velvet, which is very like 90s, 80s, 90s kind of style. Velvet was kind of in back then. And you got this, it looks like a kind of a flower power shirt, but yeah, very cool dress sense for sure. Let's keep going. So again, we've got Vernon Dursley there, just coming out of the bakery, holding his bakery items, holding what looks to be maybe a newspaper or an article of some sort. And they've got the crash mat on the ground, ready for that scene where he's going to bump into the wizard and knock him to the ground. Obviously, he's going to land on the crash pad so that he doesn't hurt himself. Okay, and then there's that kind of scene where they're having a bit of a conversation, which we just kind of read on that wiki page. So Vernon Dursley and the wizard there, which is really, really cool. Okay, let's keep going forward. So we have the actual video of that scene, which we can play. Video of the Harry Potter TV series filming today in Hoddesdon with Vernon Dursley and the tiny man in the violet cloak. Okay, so let's check out what this video has to show us. So here we go. We can see the wizard there, and he bumps into Vernon and falls to the ground, and it's absolutely accurate to the book. I mean, that's really cool to see that they're, you know, being so faithful to the book. He obviously stands up and then says that line of dialogue where he can't be unhappy as Lord Voldemort has been vanquished, and it looks like they're having that exchange of dialogue. And Vernon, he's got a bit of an angry look on his face. He looks a bit confused, clutching his bakery item and looking strangely at the wizard as he walks off. Obviously, he's turned and looked at the wizard, and he's a bit confused about the whole situation. So that's a pretty charming scene. And again, we can see all these kind of civilians in their kind of 80s and 90s kind of clothing here, which again, playing into the time period, which is really, really cool as well. Okay, let's keep going here. So again, Wizarding World Direct. All of these posts are from the same people, by the way. Do follow this group on X, by the way. They do some great content. Vernon Dursley in the Harry Potter TV series. Okay, so we have a closer up look of Vernon Dursley there. Looks like he's holding his ice bun. It looks like an ice bun. And he's holding what looks to be the wrapper or the packaging, wearing his smart suit there, and just about to bump into that wizard. Or this may be after he's bumped into the wizard and he's kind of walking away a bit confused about the whole situation. And we get a great look at his face there as well. Point of view, you mentioned Harry Potter on November 1st, 1981. Just a confused look on his face. Okay, let's move to the next image. And again, just a bit of a zoomed out version of that image we just looked at, where he's walking away a bit confused about what's going on. Okay, let's keep going here. So the outfit, the tiny man in the violet cloak, spotted filming on the Harry Potter TV series in Hoddesdon. Okay, and we get a better look at the tiny man in the cloak. Yeah, I mean, imagine this guy walking around in public. Of course, he's going to get some looks. He's going to get some stares from the public. People are going to think, who the hell is this guy? Why is he dressed like this? You know, but a lot of people in this day and age would think he's just a foreigner from somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I just love this outfit. It looks so cool. It looks so comfy to wear, but the velvet, yeah, it's so reminiscent of the times. It really is. But I would love to know what you guys think about this costume. I mean, the fun hat, the velvet trousers, the shoes. I mean, it just looks really cool, and the costume designers have done a great job here. Let's keep going. So, Vernon Dursley bumping into the wizard on the Harry Potter TV series. So, it looks like we just have an image of that moment where they're bumping into each other. So, that's kind of a really fun image there. Again, holding his ice bun, I'm not exactly sure what he's holding here. Maybe it's just a piece of a newspaper or packaging or something. But the expression on his face is just so funny. He's just looking down at the wizard like, oh, shit. And yeah, I think it's just really fun pictures. This is great. This is a great image that someone managed to capture here. So it says here, Nick Edwards for the Daily Mail. So this comes to us from the Daily Mail. So I want to give credit where it's due when we can. Okay, moving on here. So, the Harry Potter TV series recreated original newspaper headlines. For example, this one from the Daily Mail about Princess Diana in 1981. So they're being really faithful here to the time period, and they're even going as far as to recreate newspapers from the actual day and the time and the events that were happening. The smile that says it all. And then we have Princess Diana here. May she rest in peace. Yeah, and that's the original newspaper there. And then obviously we have the papers on set. And then we have the original one there. Delight swept Britain yesterday as the news that the Prince and Princess of Wales are expecting a baby in June. Nuclear weapons in Soviet sub. I mean, that's very reminiscent of what's going on at the moment with, the Russians and whatever. So, not much has changed in regard to some of that news. Obviously, the Soviet Union's slightly different now, but, it is what it is. But, yeah, I mean, again, just goes to show the kind of detail that they're going into to recreate the time period, and even using the fateful Daily Mail newspaper covers here, which is really cool to see that amount of detail on set. So, that brings us to our final update for the video today. Other wizards and witches were spotted on the set of Harry Potter TV series this morning. Okay, so we do have other wizards and witches, obviously out in the town. That happens in the book, when they're out roaming around, and obviously Vernon Dursley manages to spot these kind of crazy people wearing these crazy costumes. And, yeah, very reminiscent of the book. And obviously a faithful adaptation here, but again, really cool to see the kind of look that they're going with for the costumes here. They look very kind of Middle Eastern almost. I don't know if that's the vibe that you guys get. I kind of get that Middle Eastern kind of look. I love the fact that one of the crew members, is this one of the crew members? He's wearing an Avengers Doomsday jacket. So this guy may be involved in the Avengers Doomsday shooting as well. This guy's probably the same crew member who worked on the Avengers movie, because he's got an Avengers Doomsday crew jacket. That's pretty damn cool. I know it's a bit of a side note from what we're talking about, but that's a pretty cool spot there. Unless the Avengers is crossing over with Harry Potter, but I don't think it is. Yeah, this guy picked it up as well. Look, what are you doing here? Avengers Doomsday. It's a guy who worked on both sets, obviously. They've wrapped Avengers Doomsday now, so obviously he's got time to work on this movie. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and then we get another look here, zoomed out, of some of the other wizards and witches, again, with their robes and kind of, Middle Eastern look. That's the kind of vibe that I get from it, with these kind of different colors here. But still, again, pretty cool to see the kind of costume designs that they're going with here. So that's kind of the up-to-date news that we have at the moment, with them filming out on the street, filming the Dursley scene where he bumps into the wizard. The wizard falls to the ground. Very charming, very cool, very great to see some more of the costumes of the civilians and some of the other wizards and witches, and to see that they're kind of even going as far as to use the actual real newspapers on set. Which again, very cool, very cool details there. But guys, what do you think about this? What do you think of the costumes? What do you think of the video? And what do you think of the tiny man in the violet cloak? I'm excited to see it, and I think it looks really cool all around. So jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think of this small update here in this kind of charming video where we see Vernon Dursley bumping into this wizard here. I think it's a really fun little update and video here for the HBO series. And I would love to know your thoughts, comments, and opinions, guys. So jump into the comment section and leave them there as always. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber if you haven't yet, guys, to help support the channel and the content. But most importantly, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our HBO Harry Potter series content. You don't want to miss that, guys. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more coming out in the next weeks and months. So make sure you stay up to date by hitting that notification bell. With all that down, as always, I will see you in the very next video.